Hello everyone, it's Amanda Bach with Boxstar Stamping. Thank you for joining me tonight. Tonight we are going to be doing something I have never actually done on camera before. So hopefully it goes well, because if it doesn't, it may be the last time I do it on camera. All right, just pulling up my comments here. So when you join me, please say hello so I can say hello back to you. All right, announcements. August is almost over. So if you have not used your July bonus day coupon vouchers, make sure you get on that before the end of the month. This is the August host code. If you are going to place an order and your order is under $150, please use this code if you don't already work with another demonstrator. Hey, Vesta! So I'm joining you late tonight because now I teach lessons until 6 o'clock on Wednesday nights. And so 8 o'clock was about the earliest I could get everything ready. But I will brag on my husband. He had dinner waiting for me at 6 o'clock as soon as my lessons were over. So that was very nice. So I didn't have to do that. All right, I can't open this catalog, but it goes live September 6th for customers. So it is amazing. If you are a customer of mine, you should be receiving this soon if you haven't already. It is fabulous, and I love it. And yeah. Hey, Kathy. Let's see here. Annual catalog. All right, we're going to be using some products from here today. So I just want to show you them in here. Okay, let's see here. The first one. I bought it when all the stamps were on sale that one day. There was like a one-day stamp sale. Yes, he is a nice hubby. I'll keep him. And I got me this one, the Kindest Expressions stamp. It's just huge sentiments. So we're going to do some heat embossing tonight. What? Yes, we're going to do some heat embossing, and can't wait to try that. Not try that. It's like I've done it many times, but you know, I haven't done it on video. So if you've never seen heat embossing, well, you're in for a treat. Happy Thursday, Linda. Is it Thursday? Wait, it's still Wednesday here. Yes, it's still Wednesday. Are you not? Ooh, where are you at, Linda? It is Wednesday, yes, because Thursday's my day off. So yes, I work late on Wednesdays now. We're also going to be using the blending brushes, which is on page 137 in the catalog, and I loves it. I loves our blending brushes. So what I do is I have one for like every color family. Now, can you wash these? Absolutely. But I feel like I'll just keep this one for the blues and this one for the greens. So it works. Okay, so we're going to do some blending first. Then we're going to do some heat embossing. All right, so step one, you're going to need a piece of basic white, and it measures 5 1/4 by 4, just wishing the retreat one day closer again. You know it. You know it. I would leave today. I have all of my like little pillow gifts done. I have all my swaps done. I am so ready. So ready. All right, so we're going to do some blending. And the colors I've chose for today's project are Pretty Peacock, which is one of my absolute favorite colors, and Granny Apple Green. I know, right? I thought they went well together. Maybe you don't agree, but I liked them. So we're actually going to start with the Granny Apple Green. Okay, there are 2 ways you can do this. You can apply the color directly to your stamping pad, which is totally fine. But here is what I like to do. So let me show you. I like to take a block and get some color on it, like there. There we go. That's what I like to do. And then this is out of the way. Hey, Betty. Just talking about the retreat. We can't wait to go. All right. And then look, there we go. See, I'd like to take my color from there. So when you are blending using the blending brushes, you want to start off the paper. Otherwise, you're going to get a big splotch. And that's just not good. So that's why I always have paper under me. And we're just going to do some designs. It does not need to be beautiful or amazing. Okay. We're just gonna do some color on the paper. Nothing too fancy. You can do it and you're probably like, the camera's probably moving, but oh well. I'm just kind of doing a little, oh no, I must have got some finger, oh, I did. I got some ink on my finger. Oh no, it's right there now. That's okay. I do plan on cutting 1/4 of an inch off anyway, so not a big deal. because see how it's really dark ink on the edges here? So I'm going to trim this piece of paper, and that'll be fine. That'll be fine. I also love it when I do that. Ooh, it's so nice. Okay, just a little bit more, and I can always come back and add more. There we go. So that is Granny Apple Green. Next, we're going to take a pretty peacock, and you know what? I'm going to use this stamp right here. There we go. My pretty peacock. I love pretty peacock. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check my fingers first. Checking my fingers. Okay, we're good. Get my pretty peacock. Ooh, and this is a very juicy pad because it's a new pad. So, ooh, I can tell that's juicy. I'll knock a bunch off there. There we go. Okay. I just like the way these colors played together. So I've actually already got a sample already made, and I loved it so much I was just messing around. It's like, ooh, I like this. I hadn't done some blending in a long time because, you know, it is a little messier than just using designer series paper and stamps, but it is so worth it sometimes. It just makes beautiful. You can just, you know what? You can have so much fun blending. I love our blending brushes. I did have other blending brushes before Stampin' Up came out with theirs, and while I liked them and they're fine, these are just, yeah, love these even more. I don't know if it's the texture of the bristles or what, but I do like them. Ooh, do I need more? Yep, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. I'm gonna go over here just a little bit, cut through the middle. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so there is my beautiful blended piece of paper. Now I'm probably gonna do more, so I'm not gonna clean these off yet. Probably gonna make a few more since I've already got everything out. Might as well make a few. So as I said, I'm going to trim the edges off here. So I was going to only trim 1/4 of an inch off. Let me see. Let's see if it takes my little mess up off. Good enough for me. Yep, it was just a teeny tiny bit. Not even going to worry about it. And save this piece right here because we're going to use it as well, the longer side. Okay, so that leaves us with this. So let's get busy. Step 1 in embossing. Super important. Don't skip this step or you probably will regret it. In fact, you will. You will. Okay, the Embossing Buddy. And this is sold in our, well, you know what? Let me find it. Let me find it, shall we? Stuff's falling. All right, so if I go to the very back of my catalog, and I look under embossing, heat embossing, page 136. 136, here we go. So this kit up here at the top, it's number 7 on page 136. It's called the Embossing Editions Tool Kit. It comes with, let's see if I can hold it up. It's hardly noticeable, but it's got this tray, an Embossing Buddy, reverse tweezers, which are amazing, and, oh, that's a little brush. Okay, so if you don't have these things, these really are essential, but I'm going to show you a few workarounds. Okay, so first one, you can't work around this. You absolutely have to have your Embossing Buddy. And what it does is it takes off any oils from your hands, anything sticky on the piece of paper that might be there. So you just rub it all over the place. It's a very fine powder. There we go. All right, so I'm going to put that away. Next, you're going to need Versamark ink. Versamark ink is just a very sticky, clear ink. Okay. I also like using it just as a watermark on colored cardstock. Have you ever tried that? You know what? Let me grab a piece of cardstock. Okay, let's see. A dark color is preferred. Okay, you know what? I'm going to grab a Starry Sky because I love it. Starry Sky. And there we go. Okay, here's a Starry Sky. And you know what? I have, here we go. I just have a random stamp. I'm going to do hello. There you go. So what it does, if you let it dry, you see how it's just kind of it's really faint. I like that, especially if I'm doing backgrounds. Yep. So you can stop right there. Now don't touch this for a little while, let it dry, okay? But that is a way you can stamp on your colored cardstock, and it just gives it another look. Okay, so I'll put that away. That was just an example. All right, so we are going to use the Thanks So Much. And don't touch this again, okay? Don't touch it with your fingers or you're gonna get, your Embossing Buddy will have done no good. So Thanks So Much, and we're going to stamp as center-ish as we can on this piece of paper. Okie dokie, and I did line up the top, so hopefully it's straight. One way to find out. It's not perfect, but you know what? It's okay. Now, you do kind of need to work a little quickly for the next bit. You need to get your embossing powder. And Stampin' Up's embossing powder, again, I absolutely love it. I'm going to be using the white. Now, I don't have that fancy tray, okay? I have a plastic container with a coffee filter in it. That's literally what I use. And I've used it for 5 years now, and it works for me. However, that cool tray thing, would I take it? Absolutely. I just haven't got it yet. Okay, I'm trying not to touch the edges. All right, so I'm gonna pour this over my Thanks So Much. And then I knock it in there. I usually do it twice just to be sure that it got a good coverage. Then I do a tappy, tappy, tappy. Okay, looks pretty good. Then I take my coffee filter and I do this. And I pour it back in my, there we go, right like that. There we go. That's what I do. So if you don't have all that other stuff, that is what you know, it's my solution until I get the other stuff. Okay, now I do see, I don't want to touch this yet. Don't touch your Thanks So Much. Don't touch it. I do see there is some loose powder. So what I'm going to do is I have a little brush here for this very purpose. It's just a little old paintbrush that probably was one of my kids. All right, and I see a few little flecks of embossing powder that somehow got stuck that I'm just going to brush away real quick so that we don't see them, because once the heat gets to them, it will melt and then it will be permanently on there. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, so right now I have this powder stuck to the super sticky ink. Oh, there's still more right there. I'll just use my finger. But if I touch this, it'll completely mess it up and then I'll have to start over. And I don't want to do that. There we go. Yeah, okay. Next, a heat tool. Stampin' Up sells an amazing heat tool. So let me show you where that's at. I bet it's on 136 again, right? I bet it's on 136. Yes, and you can barely see it. It's right here. Looks kind of like a hairdryer, but a hairdryer won't work. It doesn't get hot enough, okay? So you do need a heat tool. It is on page 136. Now, heat tools are notoriously loud on camera, so I am going to try my best to be quiet. So sorry about the noise. I'm going to turn it on over here. And I'm going to do this off camera because my cord doesn't quite reach my table. So just a second, okay? We're going to be over here. Talk amongst yourselves. I hope you can still hear me because I know this is a little loud. I moved my son to college last Monday, so 2 Mondays ago, and he's doing great and having some fun. But, you know, the house is sure a lot quieter around here without him. But, you know what? My kitchen's staying a lot cleaner, too. What else? Laundry. Not doing so much laundry. Okay, I think I'm done. Let's see here. Yep, you just go until it turns shiny. Yes, I love it. Embossing is so much fun. Now that powder has turned a shiny white. It is just so cool. Now I can tell I have a little bit of Embossing Buddy powder, so I'm just gonna wipe that off a little bit. So there's still just a little bit of powder on there. Yeah, there we go. Isn't that beautiful? I love how it just pops. And it did coil just a little bit. So there we go. Oh, this would be so quick and easy. You could make a ton of these very quickly. And of course, you know, you choose whatever colors you want. You can use 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. I just chose 2 because I thought they played well together. You could even do a huge piece of paper. Well, not a huge piece of paper, but you know, a regular piece of basic white, and then cut it into 4, 5, 6, however many pieces you want, and then emboss them all at the same time. That'd be great. That'd be great. Okay, so we're gonna mat this on a 5 1/4 by 4. So again, this started out 5 1/4 by 4, but then I cut 2 sides off, okay? We're going to mat that on a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 of Granny Apple Green. Oh, seriously, I just opened this glue this afternoon. Come on now, come on, come on. There it goes. See, sometimes you just gotta talk to it in a slightly threatening tone. It works. It works. Okay, there we go. Now it is a little bumpity bump, so I'm gonna show you what I do if you ever have something that isn't laying perfectly straight. Bam. Get the big block. Get the big block. Get a book. Something. That's what I do. I just lay it on there for a little while and then it dries a little flatter. So while it's doing that, I will go ahead and burnish my piece of Pretty Peacock, which is our standard card base of 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. And I'll go ahead and do my inside while that is getting flattened a little bit. So I'll just move it over here. It can get flattened over there. There we go. So for my inside, I have another piece of 5 1/4 by 4, and that strip that we cut off, I'm going to put it down here at the bottom. I like to leave the inside of my thank you cards blank because that's where I write. But I never leave them just completely blank because that's boring. I like to spice it up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, so there's my inside. There we go. Okay. See how that just that little bit of paper just adds so much to the inside. And then we'll put that inside of our card. And while we're at it, I'm going to grab an envelope too, and we'll show you what I'm going to do with that. There we go. I don't know about y'all, but it is, we broke a heat index record today of 123 degrees, and it still feels like 111. And I had to shut my air off for this video because my air is the loudest air conditioning in the whole wide world. And it is, I'm starting to get a little sweaty, not gonna lie. It is hot in this house, let me tell you. Whew. All right, my air has been struggling all day to keep up, and it is struggling. It is struggling. Okay, so with my envelope, I'm going to bring back those blending brushes. And there's still a lot of ink on here, so I'm not even going to open my, or get my little, this back out. We don't need it. We don't need it. I'm just going to do a corner over here. And then with the Pretty Peacock, I'm going to do the other corner. Yes, Vesta, it is so hot. Now, if y'all know me, I hate summer. Like, I loathe it. I loathe its very existence. I hate summer. I've hated summer since I was a little girl. I am a person who I have overheated at 68 degrees before. I have had heat stroke multiple times. If I even get the slightest bit hot, I generally get a headache. So me and heat, we're not friends. So today's not been lovely, but that's okay. I'm about to go hibernate in my basement. It is 65 degrees in there. And so I'm going to go, after this video, I'm going to go downstairs and hibernate for a little bit and cool off. All right, so see, still got plenty of ink, and I just made the envelope way more interesting than a boring plain white one. And I'll still be able to stamp my address because I have a stamp that I use, and I'll put that probably in Pretty Peacock right there. So, you know what? Just make your envelopes. That took what, like 15 seconds? Make your envelopes pretty, people. Make them pretty. Okay, I'm a believer in pretty envelopes. Not over the top elaborate, wasted a lot of time on them. No, but just a little something, something to make the person feel a little special. Okay, same with my insides. There we go. Thanks so much. Oh, almost put that in the inside. Like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Even my dog was smart today, and that's saying a lot for him. He was sitting in front of the fan. So I have a fan pointed in our sunroom. That's the problem. My craft area is in our sunroom, and there are 26 windows in this room, and it faces south. So it's a little hot in here, not gonna lie. Okay, even the dog was sitting in front of the fan. I thought that was pretty smart. Okay, so this is the adhesive backed sequins trio. It is in our current annual catalog. It comes in white, pretty peacock, and berry burst. And another video I showed that you can color on the white one. Okay. Yes, our mailman has got to always, because I always have letters that go out every day, or cards that go out every day. He or she, I don't know, it depends on the day. It's probably like, this lady, man, she sends out a lot of cards. Okay, so we're gonna put a trio because I like threes. 5 would look nice on this card too, but I didn't want it to be too fancy. I was trying to go for simple, just to show you the technique of how to heat emboss and use your blending brushes too. So that's it. That's it. That's the card. So again, we used this, which is the adhesive backed sequins trio, which I haven't used very much, so that's why I had to look at the name again. We used the huge sentiment stamp set called Kindest Expressions, and our blending brushes, right? So all kinds of products, and our embossing powder, which the embossing powder is sold in 3s. Let me go back to 136. I bet that's the page. I bet that's the page, 136. There they are. So there's a pack that is black, clear, and white, and then there's another pack that is copper, gold, and silver. So you get your basics and your metallics. It's on 136 in the catalog. I've used other embossing powders, and especially the gold, it was just not good. And then I used Stampin' Up's gold. I'm like, oh, well, there we go. It's really nice, really nice. So definitely you need a heat tool of some sort. You need some sort of embossing powder and an embossing buddy. Those are absolute musts if you're going to heat emboss. Absolute musts. The rest, you know what? You can get away without, but they sure are handy. And if I had them, you betcha I'd be using it. All right, so there's the card I made, but then the other one I made earlier today, actually I made those pretty similar, didn't I? A little more granny apple green. Yeah, so no 2 cards are the same when you do ink blending, which I think is just so fun. This, you know what I might do? Ooh, I'm probably gonna make a set of 5 of these and give this to someone. That's what I'm going to do. All right. I just thought of a gift idea for someone I know. Perfect. All right. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you are having a cooler day than I am. And take care. And hopefully I'm going to try to make Wednesdays or Thursdays my go-to. I am auditioning for a musical on Fridays. So that's going to affect my nightly schedule for sure because I'll have rehearsal. So we will see. We'll see. All right. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.